Well, after a little bit of a break, and we go from our longest track oval-wise to one of our shortest ones here at Iowa, we are back to start a brand new season, season 1 of 2025. And we will have a whole new championship battle on our hands throughout the course of these next 12 weeks. Some of the same folks from before, some new ones. And we welcome them to the top split. And we welcome all of you to Tuesday night. And you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1 Broadcasting coverage of Round 1 of Season 1 of 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split. Coming to you from the corn capital of the world, Iowa Speedway. Joining me in the booth is Justin Petschauer. Justin, we all reset to zero. Back, everybody's even now, at least until the start of this race.
Oh yeah, especially with this being only, I consider it somewhat of a Richmond, but a high-bank Richmond, but a fast Richmond. And the point, it's, like you said, points reset, brand new season, fresh, clean sheet of paper, fresh book, you name it. It's going to be interesting to see, and as well as a lot of the familiar names that we've come to know and watch in this series, as well as in the iRacing IndyCar series. We got Kevin Burrell coming back, the king of Indianapolis, Malechka, as well as the Murph, Mark Murph, Kyle Klinsberg, you name it, they're all here. And I'm just going to be honest, this is probably going to be the only time we see them run on Tuesday nights until after the first of the new year, because we got Christmas Eve on Tuesday, and we also have New Year's Eve on Tuesday.
New Year's Eve, yep. So we are going to, next 2 weeks, which will be Auto Club Speedway. I just prefer to call it either Fontana or California Speedway. Next week, that will be next Friday for the top split broadcast, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. And then the following Friday will be Texas when we go to week 3. And then when we get back to week 4, it'll be normal Tuesday nights for the remainder of the season. About 50 seconds left here in qualifying. PDF on the pole right now, provisionally at 189.8. The General Burrell at 189.9. Ponto with that throwback livery. I think that's Dean Hall's livery from back in the day. He is with the Orange Crush sponsorship, a 189.4. Murph at a 189.4 as well. And Dave Mitchell, another name that's kind of new to the top split. He is currently 5th with a 189.2 as we have about 19 seconds left to qualify. Watching Jacob Oster get so close to the turn 4 wall. We'll see if anybody else gets in a faster time. We do have Robert Malechka out there, and there is what we kind of expected. Malechka now 2nd provisionally, and he still has a lap to give here, and I think he ran out of time. So he is locked into 2nd. So let's get in today's starting lineup.
On the pole, no surprise there, PDF Pablo Diaz-Francis joined. On the outside with him is, of course, like we said, the king, Robert Malechka. He probably would have had pole position had he been able to get that lap in, but I ran out, unfortunately, so you hate it when that happens. Kevin Burrell starting 3rd, Matthew Ponto 4th, and rounding out the top 5, Mark Murphy, the man who always jinxes himself. So
right, I have no pace.
Then it's Dave Mitchell the 3rd, Steph Alexander, Matt Taylor, Daniel DeRozzo, and rounding out the top 10, Logan Edwards. Gary?
Yeah, we will get in on this one here, further outside of the top 10. We got, let's see, Josh Ward, the champion of the votive Indy Oval Series. He is inside of row 6. Outside is for Porty, the mailman. Of course, the mailman is in season this right now with Christmas coming up. But then we got Radicek and Weedman on row 7. Oster and Estrada. We'll be watching those two back on row 8. Trey Shadid and Collins back on row 9. And row 10, Stephen Lee and Alex Van de Sant. Alex starting deep in the field. Moving on is we got Rob Hubricks and Clindy deep in the field as well. And Clindy said qualifying is going to really matter for this one, and he has his work cut out for him, as well as his teammate Campbell back on row 12 with Monahan. And I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm doing my best there. Mark?
Mohamian.
Okay, Mohamian. He might just be Mark or MM for the rest of the race. We'll see. And then we have Victor Mendez lining up 25th. So these guys are going to experience lap traffic really, really quickly.
Oh, yeah. Lap traffic here can be a pain in the ass, especially if you're a lead lap car trying to get by lap down cars, as many of you saw what happened between me and Joseph Burton Harris earlier this year here at Iowa. But that's the fun thing about Iowa. You can run the bottom lane, the middle lane, and even the high lane.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely see that coming up here as we see different lines, especially if the tires go away and they'll get that clean air. Remember, 2 laps before we go green here on a sub 1 mile oval. So 1 more lap around and we will go green here for 100 laps. And it's going to be a quick one. There's 17 seconds lap here. And unless there's any caution, this is going to be a really fast race.
Oh, yeah. Very, very fast. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get those long green flag runs in. But I'm also going to say this. I think this is the last time we see this type of rules package that we have, because scuttlebutt going around, this is just scuttlebutt, is that we get the 2024/2025 rules package in for season 2. So things are going to be changing, and it's going to be amazing.
Getting ready to go green for season 1 of 2025. PDF, Malechka, Burrell, Ponto, your first 4. Here we go. And PDF wastes 0 time whatsoever, and he's off to a big lead.
Off to a big lead already. Some would probably say he jumped the start. They should not have gone on that. But when it comes to stuff like this, most time it doesn't count anyways. But already we see guys battling side by side as they go through 3 and 4 here to come and complete lap number 1. I think I heard a couple of cars bounce off the wall up at turn 4 there.
Oster's already up 5 spots. Clindy's already up 4. Collins up 3. So we got some movers already very early on taking advantage of these fresh tires.
Well, not just fresh tires, but the most available clean air that you can find here, because dirty air is so prevalent here because of how small the track is and how many cars you're going to be running around in traffic.
Ooh, 3 wide down the front straight.
3 wide back down to 2 wide as they go through 1 and 2 here. A couple of cars bouncing off that wall again, unless they're bottoming out coming off of the turn 2 there. As they go through 3 and 4 already, we see guys utilizing that high line to get that run.
Yeah, get that clean air. Get that clean air. Clindy. Ooh.
Clindy with, I don't know what you would call that move, but holy cow, he made it stick.
Clindy finished 2nd in the championship last season. Brandon Trost won the championship. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen Brandon.
I think he's taking some time off, and I probably don't blame him.
Over 1,000 wins in these cars on iRacing.
The wall. One car bounced off the wall as they came off of turn 4 there. It was a big old stack up, and he's on the bottom there going through 1 and 2. He's definitely going to have to go down to the
Durazo, that's Cat in the wall, down slow on the low side in 3 and 4. He's going to just try to keep it out of everyone's way. And that nice-looking Corona livery of his. We got some good liveries out there. We got a Domino's Hot One throwback out there. I love it. And here he goes to the inside, down the backstretch, and I think he's just going to park it. Yeah, I think that's going to be a park for Durazo. So his top split race is over early, but up front, PDF out to a 1.2 second lead. Malechka 2nd, Burrell in 3rd, Murph 4th, and Ponto 5th.
Yeah, remember that Oster, what a move he was making through the field there, already up to 8th, picking up that amount of spots. Some would say it's almost unheard of, but at this place, at this car, yeah, not really. You just got to know where the car is going to work and how much dirty air you're going to have to contend with. And if you can find that sweet spot to get through the traffic, you'll be up inside that top 10 in no time.
Watching this battle here with Ponto and Seb.
Good side-by-side battle there, as Seb's trying to get that momentum on the bottom there, but it's not going to work because Ponto, he's using that high line through 3 and 4, but he uses the bottom in 1 and 2 to take the air off the front wing of Seb Alexander behind him. Now, you can play games here by tossing dirty air, but you don't want to do it too much. Otherwise, some would say it's a dickish move if you keep doing it repeatedly. I've had it happen to me before, and let's just say it's not good.
Okay, this is, I had to look it up. It is not Dean Hall. It is A.T.pm, back when A.T.pm still drove in the highest series of IndyCar racing. A.T.pm drove the Crush sponsored back, I think it was back in the day, it was a March back in '88.
I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And of course, the March Chassis Company being long out of business since, I think it was 1990? Because that's when you had teams start building their own chassis and stuff like Penske,
Yeah.
Lola. Renard didn't come until about 94. But you still had some of the bigger teams that would partner up with the chassis makers that would come up with some of the most iconic chassis that we know and love today.
Here is Alex Vanasan on the low side of Josh Ward, 2 of our various leagues in the community champions, many-time champions. Alex, 2-time champion of the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series, champion also of the VOR IndyCar Championship. And Josh Ward, the inaugural champion of the votive Indy Oval Series. So 2 guys that have at least a couple of championship cups to their credit, fighting it out here in the mid-pack for 12th.
I think
3 wide ahead of him.
That was almost 3 wide, but I think ADS is just watching what's going on up ahead of them, because they were getting a little too squirrely there with a little bit of understeer coming off of the corner.
And we can ride with Alex as he goes down low, and they are getting bottled up behind this battle that's in front of them. Ooh. Oh. Taylor slammed the door on Ward. Ward was going for the hole. He had a lit up. And Ward getting a run on the high side as Alex tries to go low through 3 and 4. Now they're back in the 1. So this battle between Oster and Taylor is kind of bottling them up behind them right now as we're watching. And also sun massively in the eyes of the drivers through 3 and 4 as it is low on the horizon here. 23 of 100 to start the season for season 1 of 2025 of the Indy Oval Series here on iRacing. We're only doing 100 laps, only 85 miles, but it might as well be 850 the way that they're going to be running so quickly around here. Scott Dixon holds the track record, but if you can believe it, this is one of the few tracks that Scott Dixon has never won at. The second all-time winningest driver in all of IndyCar history, never has won here. He's still got some few more chances at its disposal as we keep running double headers here in the real NTT IndyCar Series. Would like to see Scott win one here. But the biggest winning driver here is by far, Alex has the lit up with Ward on the high side, is Joseph Newgarden with 6 out of the last 12 races wins for him.
I guess you could call him the king of the cornfield.
Yeah, definitely king of the corn.
I'm going to make a bold prediction here for the 2025 season. Dixon will end that not winning here at Iowa drought. I think he's going to get it in race 1.
I'll be all right with that. I would totally be okay with that. I would love to see him beat AJ's record, and we know we're getting close. And I would just love to be there to see it when he does get AJ's record. And I think with as close as he is, I think he's 9 wins away. I mean, we're only looking at a couple of wins a season over the next couple of seasons, and he's right there. So, and he did win one last season. So he still does have the speed and savvy in him to get those 9 wins and pass AJ. And that would be, I believe that will be a huge, huge deal.
I believe so as well. It's definitely going to be a huge deal, but I'm going to make another bold prediction as well. I think he gets title number 7 next year.
I hope he does that too. And again, that's a break-in, actually he's going to tie AJ. But, you know, records are meant to be tied. Records are meant to be broken. Speaking of breaking everything, Pablo Diaz-Francis is just out there setting every type of lap number at the moment, and he is up 2.5 seconds on Malechka. Now, is he really that much faster, or is Malechka playing a game of rope-a-dope right now where I'm going to run my pace, and that's going to be the pace that I'm going to run for my tires, and eventually you're going to run your tires out, and you're going to sink back into my range where I can attack you again?
I think he's playing games. Also of note, Tracy did fell out.
Murph
That's
is
another
moved.
competitor out.
Yep, Murph, his old teammate, Mark Murphy, he has moved up to third. Kevin Burrell in the Fiercely Forward entry. That's a new team in the community this season. He is currently 4th with the General, and right behind him is, well, these guys used to all be teammates with IAR, and Kevin went his own way back to on the Fiercely Forward. And so right now, 2 IAR guys are sandwiching right now the Fiercely Forward entry. Right now, this is a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And right behind him is Ponto, Mitchell, Radicek, Taylor, and Oster. Oster has worked his way up in the top 10. That is your top 10 after 34 laps. We're expecting pit stops at some point. We're about halfway through their runs right now. We've been told that 60, 70, 80 laps is not unheard of, depending on how you control and regulate your fuel consumption. If you're enjoying P1's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure, if you're able to donate to the broadcast, and please do the next best thing. If you're not able to donate, please support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like to help the algorithm, and click the bell so you miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. And we have one on Friday. It'll be that votive IndyCar Oval Season Exhibition Race 2 at Phoenix. 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. You'll see a number of these drivers also in that lineup, including Josh Ward, including we got also in the lineup there would be Kyle Clinworth. Also, we'll probably see Mark Murphy. So tune in, find out who wins that exhibition race. Oh, contact! And that is Radicek and Taylor. And we got a spinning Taylor into the wall. And we're going caution. And I'm not so sure Radicek maybe said, you know what? After that, I'm going to send you to the wall.
Taylor washed up coming off of turn 2. He Brazilian cleared himself, and then the rear of the car just broke on him going into turn 3 there.
Well, watch him off of 2. He slides up, and he gives a little bit of a nudge to Radicek. Radicek sends it into... Oh, no, there was no contact from Radicek. It was just, looks like there was possibly a broken piece of the suspension that we do not see in the game, but definitely... and there we see Campbell clearing himself on the high side. That was a lot closer than he wanted. But yeah, it looked like there was something, contact in the back that broke something from Taylor's car and sends him into the turn 3 wall to, well, we'll see if he can get it repaired, but that might be able to end his day. So I'm going to guess everyone coming to pit road. Yep, everybody coming to pit road. We're going to see new tires and fuel. 40 laps on this stint.
And with the debris refresh, those marbles are going to be cleared out on the high side over in the turns. Because the marbles now actually do come into play here with the debris refresh for the new build.
Yeah, it's just not graphics that you see on your screen. It's actual material up there. There we see Diaz, Francis, Malechka, Burrell all hitting their stalls, and they're down and away. Murph coming out third. There we see Burrell getting, Alexander getting around Burrell. So 2 of the IAR cars now have moved themselves up into the top 5 a little bit further.
Ooh, getting reports that 12 was 61.89 on his right front tire.
Whew.
That's that's almost like what I had to deal with here back in July. Tire wear definitely does play a factor here at Iowa.
And we got a couple cars. Looks like Trey Shadid is back. He might have had a mechanical and reloaded. Also on the racetrack is Victor Mendez. That's ahead of the leaders. They will get the wave around before we go green. It will join the tail end of the field. Join us next week for round 2 of season 1 of 2024. Or excuse me, season 1 of 2025. Getting into that habit of saying that now. We're season 1 of 2025. That's where we are. And we are going to Auto Club Speedway, or as I like to just simply call it, California Speedway next week. And because of the holidays, we figure people have more important things to do on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve for the next 2 weeks. And we will be moving our broadcast to Friday for the next 2 weeks. So join us next Friday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time for the Top Split broadcast, which will be at California Speedway. Those are always exciting races here on the service. Also, first race of the next season, or this season's Triple Crown. Who can make a run at it? We'll watch maybe Jacob Oster, who won 2 crowns of the Triple Crown, or 2 jewels of the Triple Crown last season at Indy and Pocono. And he maybe do it again and win the 3rd crown? Well, we'll see. Getting ready to go green here momentarily. It is PDF, Malechka, Murphy, Alexander, Burrell, Mitchell, Pato, Ward, Oster, and Clindy up 12 spots to 10th. Here we go. Wonder how much fuel Clindy put in the tank on that one, because he got out way before everyone else. Big jump again by PDF.
Yeah, another big another jump there by Pablo Diaz-Francis. But I still contend that he's trying to play it safe. That way he doesn't cause a big old stack up like we've kind of seen here in a number of splits where they wait until the restart zone, which it really doesn't exist for IndyCar. It exists for our stock car counterparts in NASCAR, not for IndyCar though. And usually when people do that, wait until the Geico restarts. It causes a huge mess.
Got some people checking in chat. Necky Racing, go PDF, go PDF, go PDF. And we do not have a fan of Fraporti in chat. And there's a piece of debris on the backstretch. Somebody's missing something.
Yeah, I heard some drivers having a little bit of beef over the radio, so Alex Van der Sande not happy with somebody.
All right, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Let's go back and take a look at Alex. He is back in the pack, and he is missing a front wing. And let's see if maybe we can go back a little ways and find out what happened. And nope, let's go back a little bit. There we go. And he is racing with Fraporti. As we were just talking. And Fraporti down low grabs a little bit of the apron on the high side. Here comes Alex. And whoa! 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 Fraporti just more than sent it. He delivered it. I don't know what happened there. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I mean, you just watched him clearly kind of turn right into him on the side coming down the straightaway. I'm sure there might have been a degree of netcode as well, as often as it does involves kind of some of the foreign drivers. But wow, I mean, that looked like really a turn into. And I can understand why Alex is probably a little upset.
Hey, I'm still speechless at that. That's all I can say.
Up front, Malechka not letting PDF, get away as easy as he did the first time. PDF now 0.8 of a second lead. We'll get you up the gaps here in a minute since you know the intervals. There you go. And Murph about 0.8 behind the battle. Alexander a 10th behind Murph. A lot of separation now as these guys now, the good of these tires are getting worn off. 54 of 100 halfway through. Still a lot of racing here to go. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not done so already. And Seb underneath his teammate. Don't forget rule 1 of racing your teammate, boys.
Never take out your teammate.
That's right. And he clears him. Moves Seb up to 3rd. Murph back to 4th, Burrell 5th. Your biggest gainer of the day is Clindy. He's 9th. And he's been dogged and joined by his wingman, Brian Campbell. Campbell in 10th. He is up 13 spots. And we're cautioned.
It's reporting.
Uh-oh.
Already on the inside of somebody, and
Is that Mark?
no.
Yeah, that is. Well, we had the Mark and the Domino's hot one, and there it's that is either net code or he just got loose.
He wasn't pay. No, he wasn't paid attention. He just turned down into it.
We'll watch him go down underneath on top of Double M there, and kind of comes down on him.
Yeah, he was not clear. And I guarantee you, ADS is just saying to himself in his head about for 40 wrecking, karma.
Yeah, a little bit of karma out there. I don't think Mark did anything wrong there, but I definitely love the livery that he is rocking right there in the Domino's Hot One. I believe that's even that might even be the R.A. Leindyke version, which won the Indy 500. Let's see. Yeah, I think that is the one that the livery he used. And a bunch of people coming to pit road for takers, which to be expected really right now. A number of people stayed out from Stephen Lee on up. So we'll reset the field here for you to let you know we got a couple of different strategies. And I believe certainly the people that are in that second group can go to the end without stopping. That first group, I think they can probably go to the end. There might be some saving involved. We hear some burning off of fuel. I'm not sure who that is.
The ones that stayed out are probably the ones that filled up all the way on the tanks. That way they could go to the end.
And lights out, not on the pace car yet, but Pablo Diaz-Francis taking the long way around up top. So, Francis, Malechka, Seb Alexander, Murph, Burrell, Mitchell, Ponto, Oster, Clindy, Campbell, Weedman, Collins, and Lee. They all pitted on lap 41 under the first caution. They opted to stay out. Everyone behind Lee, which is Ward, Edwards, Estrada, Radicek, Hubrix, M&M, Mendez, and Van de Sant all came to pit road one more time to top off and to go to the end. Keep in mind, we do have tire limits here in the Oval Series. Only 3 sets of tires. 1 in the car, 2 in the pits. So some of these guys have possibly maybe gone to their last set of tires.
Maybe.
Yeah, we really don't know. Get a better look at Domino's Hot One. Yeah, the Dutch Boy sponsorship and on the Provimi Veal on the pipe. Definitely, that's the Ari Leyendijk one that won the 1990. Oh yeah, there's Ari's name right there on the arrow screen. His signature. That won the 1990 Indy 500 for his first IndyCar win. I like it when people use the historical liveries. Gives me something to talk about. Something else to talk about. You don't really, you don't have to go out on a limb to give me really much to talk about. But you know,
kind of like me in the historic players scheme for Jacques Villeneuve.
Exactly. And another good restart for Pablo Diaz-Francis. We are back green at lap 61 of 100 as we are in the final stages here of this race and kind of a sprint situation to the end. And there we see Clindy on the inside of Ponto trying to get that position. Caution again. Radicek in the Oreo car, back sideways on the backstretch. Let's see what happened. And did it just go around on him on by himself?
Yeah, it just get snapped on him.
Oh yeah. And oh gosh, poor Alex, just in the wrong place at the wrong time all race long. And that put Radicek into the wall. And that is going to be probably severe as you see the car kind of rock. Damage on the assembly there. So that will knock him out of today's race.
And the sad part is it was in a Graham Rahal scheme.
And there's PDF trying to burn off some fuel. Heard him hit the rev limiter. He's waiting for the pace car right now. $80 degrees track temperature. That is not going to be a problem for the remainder of this race. Neither will that ambient temperature of 75.
And Wes, over the radio, Wes Wayman is beating himself because he didn't go through his notes from last season, remembering that you can actually make this race on one tank of fuel.
There we see Robert Malechka, his status through the day. Deuces are wild for him. Sam Alexander, he's up 4 spots to third. Mark Murphy, right where he started in fifth. He's now fourth. Kevin Burrell, still up front, as he's been all day today. Dave Mitchell, right where he started as well. Jacob Oster in 7th, up 8 spots. Ponto's been up at the front all day today in the top 10. He's currently in 8th. Clindy is in 9th, up 13. His teammate is in 10th, Brian Campbell. Both these guys finished 2nd and 3rd in the Indy Oval Championship last season. Wes Weedman talking about not keeping track of his notes. It happens. But he is 11th, up 3 spots. Jacob Collins, another Rogue Racing entry. He is 12th, up 6. Stephen Lee in 13th, up 6. Josh Ward in 14th. Logan Edward, he is in 15th. Antonio Estrada, El Patron, he is currently right where he started in 16th. Right behind him, but that is 3 laps down, is Alex Van de Sant. The next battle for Antonio is Hubrix, right there in the Lego Spaceman theme. Benny is not driving the car. And then we got Mark and his first start here in the top split, running to number 12. He is currently back in 18th. And Mendez also still running 19th, 1 lap down. And looks like Matt Taylor's back, but we're getting ready to go green here.
Yeah, after some lengthy repairs there, Matt Taylor is back out on the track. And here we go. Let's try again and hopefully not have another caution. Knock on wood.
65, now 66 of 100. We're underway. Diaz, Francis, Malechka, Seb Alexander, Mark Murphy all into one. And Murph is giving some pressure to Seb Alexander right now. And that's just going to help Malechka kind of pull away. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, Oster taking a look underneath Mitchell on the exit of 4.
Oster trying to get that run down the back straightaway as they go through 3 here. He's trying to find that sweet spot to get by David Mitchell there, but it's not. He's hitting so much turbulent air that it's throwing him back, and it's causing much more distress, so to say, for him than what he wants to have happen, which is to get by Dave Mitchell and work his way up towards the front. As Oster now tries the high line. Looks like he's going to work there for a little bit, but he's going to have to try and maybe use the high line there through 1 and 2, and he does. He goes right about the 3rd group there, not close, not the Kyle Larson line that we usually see over in NASCAR, but enough to where he can get that run, maintain the momentum as they come off of turn number 4. Also, another thing to note, that coming off of turn 2 there, whoa, as I was about to say there.
Weedman and Campbell. Campbell has decided to camp up high. He has decided that he is going to live in that high line. There's Forporti slow down the backstretch.
As I was saying though before that,
sorry, Jacob Collins. Getting the Iowa stripe there, coming off of corner number 3 and 4. But there you get a big run on Stephen Lee. Stephen Lee had to lift momentarily. He's going to open up the bottom to Josh Ward. Josh Ward's going to get the position. So Stephen Lee lost 2 that time, and here comes Logan Edwards.
Good side-by-side 2 rows deep here as they go through 1 and 2, coming off of turn 2 now. Ooh. That changed coming off of turn 2. It's a bit of an abrupt change because of how old the track surface is.
And I would imagine we'll probably see a rescan of this facility sometime in the, I want to say near future, but relative future here on the service, because they did repave. The whole track will actually be repaved in 2 different phases. I believe they did the corners last year, and they're going to do the rest of the track. Excuse me, they did the corners 2 years ago because they were paved for the IndyCar race last year, or last season. And I believe they're going to repave the rest of the track for the upcoming year. Ooh,
if I remember correctly, they're going to leave it like it is.
Well, we'll see. I thought they said that they were going to do the whole track, but if not, well, I know the IndyCar drivers were not fans of it.
To be honest, I kind of wasn't as well. It's a half-assed job, is what it is.
Lindy up to 8th now as he gets around Mitchell. Mitchell, there's a whole host of cars around Mitchell and Weedman. And here comes Campbell down low as they're trying to get those cars to rotate there on the bottom. And they're getting the rotate, but they're just not getting the momentum to get the pass complete. But move Clindy now up 14 spots to 8th. Now, we missed it, and we're going to have to go back and watch it, but Robert Malechka now has the lead.
We got caught up in all the battles that are happening behind him.
And here is the pass for the lead as Malechka caught him. This is watching in real speed. Oh, Robert crosses him up, goes to the bottom, and slides right up in front of him.
He sold him a dummy, and it worked.
And now Malechka now leader by 4:10. So, again, was there a little bit of rope-a-dope going on? Well, Malechka was kind of saving the tires, and then he looked down with 20 to go, and is like, or 25 to go, because he passed him at lap 77, and he's like, gotta go, gotta go.
Yeah, it definitely was a rope-a-dope situation, but he sold him a dummy, and it worked out for him. And King Robert is back up into the lead. Also, watching Dave Mitchell over here going through 1 and 2,
Oh,
3-1
wow.
situation down the backstretch. It was a bit of a chaotic situation. They were scattering all over the place because somebody was getting a little too close to the wall, and they had to back out of it.
Campbell around Ward on the high side. Moved Campbell into the top 10. Seb Alexander getting around Pablo Diaz-Francis. So the guy who has led basically the entire race up to this point now lost 2 positions inside of 10 laps, and now he is back to third. Seb Alexander second. Malechka first. Going meanwhile back in this big battle back here for right around the the bottom portion of the top 10. This is 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th.
That would include 16th as well.
Jacob Collins. He's one of the... Oh, we're going to go 3 right. Hubrecht's down low.
3 wide again. Oh, it's going to be a little bit close there. And they make it through. Oh, they're gonna try and make it 3 wide again.
Like the start of the Indy 500 almost. 3 wide, 2 rows deep.
Except in a bull ring format. No, this ain't the Indy 500. Let's just call it the Little 500.
Logan Edwards on the bottom of actually Stephen Lee getting the position as Jacob Collins starts to pull away. This battle back here for 13th and 14th still rages on. And now we're with 13 to go. Can Murph catch PDF and get into that bottom podium position? PDF is kind of hemorrhaging positions at the moment. Burrell now 5th, Oster 6th. Here's 2 fast guys really slugging it out back here, and Ward and Campbell back for 10th. Weidman in 9th.
Been running that bottom groove as he goes through 1 and 2 here.
Oh.
Good momentum going down the back stretch. Follows the same line as Kyle Clenworth up in that high line there. He's got to watch out for the marbles if they're built up enough there up on the high side.
Gonna watch this battle for third, though. Man, look at this. PDF, Murph, and Burrell nose to tail. Murph down low, going to 3. He's going to get the car to rotate, but he's not going to have the momentum. They're going to be side by side coming off the corner, and almost a side check.
Yeah, that was close on a hip check there. Murph lost all the momentum that he had, and he's going to have to let Kevin Burrell go by. Not what he was hoping to have happen, but unfortunately it did.
And now he's in the grasp of, and he might be damaged. I don't know. Yeah, he might be damaged because he's, again, Oster passed him like he's sitting still.
One car airborne up and over. It is Kyle Clenworth.
And Josh Ward was involved, and that's going to probably end the race. Maybe we'll see. We'll check out Clindy, what happened, as he is on his lid. He's down low, racing Weidman. And they just straight up make contact. And he does a barrel roll. Weidman contact, he's out. And there goes Campbell. He dodges the incident.
Ward was involved as well.
Not sure exactly what happened to Josh. Josh Ward, he got into the wall, but everything kind of snapped back into place for him. So not sure how damaged he is. There's certainly damage on the car, and just maybe not visible. So we are cautioned. Now, is this going to be a long enough caution that we're going to finish under caution? As we see Weidman staying out there. or are we going to finish under caution, or are we going to have a kind of a 1 to go sprint?
Don't know. I think the race is done.
And just getting a chance to wait 17 seconds lap, a lap. You don't get a chance to look at the chat. Chat seems to be very critical of the 440 incidents. We'll, you know, that's why chat's here. We'll let chat make that ruling for us. Where we aren't race control, and really, I mean, this is no race control whatsoever. So we'll let the masses be race control. They were not fans of what they saw there. 4 to go. Now 3 to go. I think we're actually going to go green with maybe 1 to go. And helping Malechka, and I don't know how much help he's going to be. He can be helpful, is Alex Van de Sant. They're kind of teammates since it's the old Hyperslide association, and they've been helping each other since kind of right around the Pro Series, kind of help each other better each other's teams, and kind of worked out well for Malechka and Kraus, who finished pretty good in the standings there for the Pro Series. But Alex is in a position where he might be able to help out his teammate. Not going to say block, but play a little Allenser Jr. to Tom Sneva back in the 83 500. We'll see. Nope. Yeah, he's going to go to the back. Yeah, lights are out, and I think we're going to get a resort of the field. I wasn't sure if that rule was in effect for here, and it is. So we're going to get the leaders will be all together. Everybody on the lead lap will be all together. So we're going to go green. We're going to go green-white checker.
A natural green-white checker.
A natural green-white checker. No gimmicks. Just racing. I'm telling you, IndyCar should pick that up as their motto. No gimmicks, just racing. And then watch them throw a red flag and, you know, prove me wrong. No gimmicks unless it's the Indy 500 in the closing stages, and then we'll throw a red flag.
Yeah, it also depends on how much debris is left on track.
Here we go. And we are going green for a one-lap sprint here to the end. Big jump by Robert Malechka. Second, Seb Alexander. Pablo Diaz-Francis third. Kevin Burrell fourth. And right now, Seb trying to get that run, but I think Malechka got a good enough of a restart and a fast enough of a restart that the more we are the same, more things change, the more we remain the same, as Robert Malechka wins again in the Oval Series. Seb Alexander second, Pablo Diaz-Francis third, and Jacob Oster, wow, he recovers the fourth around Kevin Burrell. That must have been a heck of a race as we were watching the leaders. Kevin Ponto sixth. Murphy kind of hemorrhages down to seventh. Josh Ward eighth. Campbell ninth. And Jacob Collins, and another rogue racing entry, gets into the top 10 there.
Oh, those two were just throwing haymakers at each other for the heck of it.
I want the grid. I want the results. There we go. Robert Malechka with the win by 0.3 of a second over Seb Alexander. Great start to the season for Seb. He's going to like that one. Pablo Diaz-Francis, he really led for much of this day, controlled this race, and he's finishing third. We'll find out what happened to him in the interview. Jacob Oster fourth. Kevin Burrell fifth. The general good finish for him, top 5. Matthew Ponto, he's there in that AT.pm entry livery. Hopefully we see more of that as the season rolls on. He's 6th. Mark Murphy 7th. Josh Ward 8th. Campbell and Collins 9th and 10th. And Logan Edwards is 11th. Stephen Lee 12th. Hubrex 13th with the Lego car. Tony Estrada 14th. Eminem 15th with the Domino Hot One. Love seeing that livery. Bring it on back. Dave Mitchell 16th. Wes Weedman 17th with the wounded car. Victor Mendez 18th. Glendy finishing on his lid in 19th. Alex Vandesand in 20th. Alex not happy with the result of this one, I'm sure. Taylor, again, I don't think he's very happy either. 21st. Tracy did 22nd. Radicek 23rd. For Porty 24th. And the Cat, Daniel Durazo 25th. And we'll get some replays queued up here. All right, let's go check out the interview room here. And we don't see Pablo yet, so we will go ahead and bring up Seb, and then if Pablo joins, we'll bring him up next. Here is Seb. Here is Seb. Pablo's not with us yet, Seb, so we'll bring you up first. Congratulations, P2. Strong start to the season. Talk about your race. You were just kind of with your teammate for much of it, and as the later stages got here, you decided it was time to go forward and got up into that podium position and eventually cracked into the top two. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think it was just about taking better care of my tires, and so as eventually just the pace gap started to develop, and yeah, it was time to go.
Well, let's talk about the outlook of your season. You're starting it very strong. I know you've been working on your oval craft. How do you feel about the schedule and this season, about being a possible challenger for the title for the Indy Oval Series for this season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep on trying until I win the whole thing. So it's just a matter of time.
Well, I'm gonna agree with you there. I think it's just a matter of time. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to for this nice finish you got to start the season today?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Mark Murphy and Kat Glenworth for picking up the Monday Open broadcast, and they're doing it for free, right? So
yep,
please donate, send a few bucks their way as a tip, because they're doing the community a great service.
Yeah, I'll put up the please donate graphic there, and I appreciate that very much. Well, congratulations on the P2. We will catch you next week on a track we know you do well at California Speedway Auto Club for round 2, week 2 here of season 1 of 2025. But a good start, P2 here today, and we'll catch you next week for the top split race then.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. And we'll bring up, still don't see Pablo, but if he gets here, we will definitely be happy to talk to him. And we'll bring up Robert here. And a typical start to a season here is Robert Molechka getting the win here in Iowa. But let's talk about your strategy. You were pretty much playing the tortoise to, I think, Pablo Diaz's Francis Hare. I think he just his tires just kind of gave up, and you saved yours a little bit more. Was that the strategy, and is that what, in fact, unfolded out there on the racetrack?
Yeah, kind of got a read on what people were saying yesterday about just kind of hard to pass in general. So just kind of went in with the mindset of saving my tires as much as possible, and those first 30 50 laps or so, I was just really trying to save them as much as I could. Then we got a few yellows there, and then I'm like, well, tires are not going to matter a ton, so I'm just going to full push and try to get by him. And I think I just forced him into a bit of a mistake, and was able to get side by side with him and just kind of pull a slider since the bottom's not great. So pulled a slider, got the lead, and just kind of controlled it from there.
Well, it's a great start to the season. Are we going to see more of you this season now that the Pro Series isn't running, or we'll just see you on a week-to-week basis, kind of?
Probably week to week. I'll definitely race more than last season. Kind of see how addicted I get to the supercar, which I'm driving right now. But yeah, definitely more than this season. Maybe I'll run for the championship. We'll see though.
All right, well, you know how it goes. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Go right ahead.
Thanks to Jacob and Alex for hanging out on the call. Yeah, honestly, that's about it. It's a pretty straightforward race for me. So yeah.
Well, there you go. Almost workman-like quality here for Robert Molechka here at Iowa. Start of the season. Now I'm going to say easy win, but I'm going to say a by-the-book win here for Robert. So congrats. We'll catch you probably next week at a track we know you do well at California, and we'll see you then.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yeah. And just want to check to see if I have any messages. Okay. Pablo has left a message for me. Not going to the interview, just very tired. Brain is toasted. He has had a long day. He has said he's almost had a 24-hour day where he has not slept. So we're going to allow him to not interview and go get some sleep, for crying out loud, Pablo.
Yeah. Also, I posted the photo of Kyle of Clendy going airborne in the IndyCar community Discord, and he quoted my photo, and let's just say he jinxed himself on one thing.
What's that?
I literally said not to do this in my track guide.
And,
so that's a whoopsie.
That is true. He did do the track guide for the P1 channel. He's been doing those, and we welcome those and any feedback anyone might have for those as well. But yeah, he's doing the track guide, and that is not a recommended position to put your car in. 4 wheels on the racetrack is, I think, preferred around here.
Clendy's car basically said, if Stingray Rob can do it, I can do it too.
Well, there you see Pablo Diaz's Francis Day led 76 of 101 laps. Kind of really dominated today, but I think tires gave out in the last 20 laps. Robert said, yeah, it's time to go, and ran him down and got the lead and ran away with the victory. Final thoughts for you, Justin, here on our opening race of Season 1 of 2025 here at Iowa. Just more like things change. There's always things that remain the same, and that's Robert Molechka getting a win at the top split on Tuesday night.
You took the words right out of my mouth on that one. But other than that, it's good that we're back for another season of IndyCar. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out, especially when we get towards Season 2 and the start of not just the iRacing IndyCar Series for 2025, but another season of IndyCar racing on iRacing, especially when we get the changes and stuff, the physics changes, we get hybrid system and you name it.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed, can we please get rain?
Well, that would be really cool. I will say that the one race that I have broadcasted in the rain, and it was part of the EGP Hypercar Championship that we had, one of the very first series on this channel when we moved over to the new channel. The graphics that we're able to produce with our setup with the rain, fan-freaking-tastic. It looks so real. And if we ever get rain for these cars, the graphic quality will just be out freaking standing. Not only this, the alone graphic quality of just the car, but just the realism it adds with the rain physics and particles hitting the camera and everything. It is so cool. I cannot wait to get rain for these cars.
Not just that, it's also got to change the entire outcome of the race as well, wherever we run it at. I'd say probably Montreal. I'll use an example. Montreal. If you're good there in the dry, you better start practicing in the wet in at least some open wheel car, maybe a junior formula car. That way you can get a feel for the rain, because there's going to be guys that have never run in the rain before that are literally going to have no idea what they're doing, because they're going to try and thunderfoot it down. And it's like, guys, you're racing on a very slick surface. You need to adjust your line, so to say, especially going through the corners.
Yep, and so a lot of changes on the horizon, hopefully, for the Indy cars on this service. Of course, we're not going to see rain with the ovals at all, but when we get into the IIS, and then, of course, if the any other continued leagues that we run on road courses that they're going to introduce rain, that would be really, really cool to see. Well, unless that's it for you got any other comments, I think that's it for tonight.
I was also going to add, as much as I'm sad to see us leave Watkins Glen after just only 2 seasons of running it in the IIS, I am beyond ecstatic that we're going to the Pacific Northwest and Portland International Raceway after what seems like forever of trying to get it onto the service.
Well, you're kind of the insider, and like you mentioned, you got to get the scuttlebutt. When can we expect to see? We know it's been scanned, and we know that iRacing has actually acknowledged it now. When can we expect to see Portland? I know there's a number of leagues that have Portland tentatively on their schedules, but we have no idea when we're going to see the track. Will we see it for this NTT IndyCar season?
I think we're going to see it in the middle of next year, sometime in the middle of next year, because you also have to remember
season 3.
Probably near the end of season 2, early season 3.
Okay,
my guess, because you also have to remember they also went and scanned the Miami International Autodrome that Formula One runs on.
Yeah,
we've already seen the photos of that. We know it's in production. It's probably near the end of production, but it's gonna probably. I'm just gonna hedge my bet, place it down now. Season 2 is when we get Miami International Autodrome. That way it can make it onto the iRacing Grand Prix Tour schedule. For Portland, though, I think it's going to be sometime around season 3.
Okay. I would welcome that, and that would be an easy purchase. For me.
And of course, now we also have to, instead of watching for turn 1 at the bus stop at Watkins Glen, we now have to watch turn 1 in the festival curves for the starts in the iRacing IndyCar Series.
Yeah, that first chicane is a lot like, not quite as long as a run it is from Monza down to the first chicane, but very, very similar. It kind of narrows down and it catches a lot of drivers off in that area. So I'm very much looking forward to it. In fact, that's the other than the road course here at Indianapolis, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Portland International Raceway is the only road course that I've actually ever been to in real life. So I know that place well because we got family in the area. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Just remember, and we'll mention this here on the outro, next week is next Friday. It's at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Next Friday, we'll be doing the next top split race here in the Oval Series for Auto Club, and then the following week at Texas. So the next 2 weeks will be on Friday. Will be lots of reminders in the Discord server so everyone doesn't forget. But if you can make it, that'll be great. Today's race was
wait.
Go ahead.
We have the Murph. Murph has joined us.
It's too late to get people in now, Murph.
Too late to get people in where?
It was a 46.88 for the strength of field for today. So again, thanks for everybody for showing up, and we're gonna get on out of here. I know Murph is checking in, but I haven't had dinner yet, guys. So I want to get on out of here. So that's gonna do it for tonight. Your podium is Robert Malechka, Seb Alexander, and Pablo Diaz-Francis. 1, 2, 3. Join us again next week for round 2 of season 1 of 25 for a special Friday broadcast of the IndyCar Oval Series, Tuesday Night Top Split, Friday edition, as the teams and drivers will celebrate Christmas in SoCal. Coverage begins around 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, as always. Correct broadcast time in your area. Find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but they're not easy and require time and money to produce. Because of your generosity and donations, we've been able to bring you IndyCar Oval action nearly sponsor-free. And now we're also bringing you IndyCar Open Series action, nearly sponsor-free. So if you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and you enjoyed our coverage of the Oval and Open Series, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description. And donate to our 2025 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching and making us part of your Monday and now Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thoughts on tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe while you at it. Hit the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out on more of P1's other iRacing programming, including round 2 of the inaugural season of the, actually now round 4 of the inaugural season of the ISRA Open World Series, which has its roots with the former Lionheart Series. And we'll be going to Texas in 2 weeks at 9:35 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's 2 Mondays from now right here on P1. And, of course, next week, the IndyCar Series Open guys will be going to Michigan next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. That'll be Murph and Clindy on the call right here at P1. You won't want to miss it. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. Learn more about Whiplash. Like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description. So for Justin Petshower and now Murph and everyone else here at P1, I'm Gary Gonsa saying all, good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week on Friday in Fontana for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series. Tuesday night top split right here on P1. Good night and happy holidays.